As long as Trump is in the White House and people like Tulsi Gabbard work with him, America is not your friend. America does not stand with Ukraine and the free world. We stand with Putin. Tulsi Gabbard is a well-known Putin lover. There's a reason why even our European allies are beginning to not trust us and not want to share intelligence with us. As an American, I completely get it. I understand it. I would not share intelligence with anyone like Tulsi Gabbard or Donald Trump. America right now, sadly, Europe, free world, is not on your side. And it pains me to say that.
The Epstein files, a photograph, links to those files, has resurfaced online after having been removed. A lot of criticism from the Democrats in America about that, as you would imagine. The image, it reportedly shows the inside of a drawer in Epstein's office containing photographs which appear to include President Trump. Now, the Democrats on Capitol Hill, on the House Oversight Committee, are calling for greater transparency around the files. And we can get the thoughts of Joe Walsh, former Republican Congressman, now turned very much a Democrat, and criticism of the Trump administration. Welcome back to the programme, Joe.
Good to be with you, my friend.
Thank you for joining. So look, the files, the Epstein files, and these photographs, they were released after a delay, it has to be said. And now there's so much flack flying around about the amount that's been blacked out by the Department of Justice and what was held back. So, Joe, the attack goes on pretty much as ferociously as before.
And this is all, again, we always got to remind ourselves this Christmas week, this is all on Trump and his people on the right. That's why we're here. That's why this is still an issue. Before Trump gets elected, he and J.D. Vance and so many people on the right said, elect us and we will release these files because this will be the biggest deep state scandal of any time. And so Trump wins and then he changes his mind. And this issue has haunted Trump ever since. And look, he's undergoing a really big political hit for hiding these files. The only reason he would do something like that is if he believes there's something really, really bad in those files.
But what does really, really bad mean? And where Trump himself is concerned, I mean, can it be argued if there was something really lethal in any way to President Trump, it would have come out by now?
Not necessarily. A lot of people forget. Everybody says, oh, why didn't the Biden administration put this stuff out? Well, again, reminder, everybody, the Justice Department doesn't work for the president. The Justice Department is not supposed to be political. That's number one. We've forgotten that again with Trump because he makes everything political. But during the first 3.5 years of the Biden administration, there were still active investigations into Ghislaine Maxwell and the Epstein files. So the Justice Department then couldn't put any of this out. So there really wasn't an opportunity to do it. But Trump said he would. So what's really, really bad? Either there's something really, really bad in there about him, or there's something really, really bad in there about his wealthy donors and other wealthy friends and leaders of Trump's around the world. That's all I can think of.
And what about the idea that there are also some prominent Democrat figures, as part of this conversation? Bill Clinton does seem to appear in more than one photo.
Yeah, and again, Trump could care less about that. So I don't, and that's why, Bill Clinton's face was released on Friday when I think 2 to 3% of the files, the total files, were released, and most of that stuff was all redacted. I don't think we're ever going to see what's in the Epstein files. This is a cover-up, and I know everybody's jumping on Pam Bondi, our attorney general. Sorry. She is just carrying out. This is coming from Trump. If Trump wanted these files out on day one, they'd be out. For some reason, Trump doesn't. And he's ordered the Justice Department to defy the law. I'll remind everybody, it was the law as of Friday that all of the files had to be released. So they are in defiance of the law right now. That's the president of the United States.
And well, there is a move, I don't know if it will go anywhere, but there's a move in Congress, isn't there, by 2 members of Congress to hold the Attorney General Pam Bondi to account for that, even with the threat of possible fines.
And you that may happen. So there are calls to impeach Pam Bondi, hold her accountable. She's in defiance of the law. Hold her in contempt of Congress. Fine, do all of that, but let's be real. Pam Bondi is not doing anything Donald Trump did not order her to do. And every Democrat knows that, but they don't have the power to go after Donald Trump right now. So they're going after his attorney general.
Yeah, I mean, as we all know, Ghislaine Maxwell, she has now made it pretty clear she's saying and ready to say there's nothing to see here. But of course, it's true, Joe, isn't it, that she has been given a deal on better treatment in jail, where she's serving a long sentence for her collusion with Epstein, and that's also fueled suspicion.
Yeah, exactly. Nothing. I mean, Maxwell's a known liar, so nothing that comes out of her mouth right now matters. She's been incentivized to say nice about Trump. Look, here's the deal. This is what's so inexplicable. Donald Trump, weirdly, would be hurt less if there were evidence in the Epstein files, if there were rock solid evidence that Donald Trump was a pedophile. He'd actually be hurt less politically from his base by that than if he continues to cover up these files. His voting base is really upset that he's covering up the files, to the point where this is going to hurt him politically more than it would if there was actual evidence in there that he was a pedophile. So what Trump's doing just doesn't make sense.
All right, just the last word while we got you. There's so many things I could discuss with you, but my eye was caught by Tulsi Gabbard, who's the Director of National Intelligence, an important member of the Trump team, taken to the stage and accusing NATO and the European Union of sabotaging peace in Ukraine, even trying to trigger war between the United States and Russia. It was an extraordinary thing for a senior member of the team to say.
And again, as the year ends, again, I guess it's a good time to just remind everybody, to remind all of our European allies, remind NATO, remind all of you over there, as long as Trump is in the White House and people like Tulsi Gabbard work with him, America is not your friend. America does not stand with Ukraine and the free world. We stand with Putin. Tulsi Gabbard is a well-known Putin lover. There's a reason why even our European allies are beginning to not trust us and not want to share intelligence with us. As an American, I completely get it. I understand it. I would not share intelligence with anyone like Tulsi Gabbard or Donald Trump. America right now, sadly, Europe, free world, is not on your side. And it pains me to say that.
And it is still an extraordinary thing to hear. Joe Walsh, thank you so much for joining us on the show today.
Thank you, my friend.